Hello guys, let's not escalate. It is one of the favorite phrases of many leaders of NATO countries, unfortunately. The only country that escalates is actually Russia. And tonight it escalated the situation again when 3 Russian drones crossed the border of Romania. A kind reminder, Romania is a NATO country. 2 Russian bombers, together with 2 Chinese bombers, traveled to Alaska to send a message. Yes, they are escalating. And I was badly surprised. When preparing for this video, I looked through the situation, the cases during just this 1 year when Russian missiles, Russian drones, Russian aircraft crossed the borders of NATO countries. There were too many cases. And different countries, not just Romania, not just Poland, not just Finland, not just Lithuania, not just Sweden. Oh my God, guys. I think if something similar would have happened in the 50s, all of Russian missiles, all of Russian drones, and all of Russian aircraft would be shot down. And that's legal. That is actually according to the rules. I'm not even speaking about the activation of Article 5. I'm saying about the destruction of Russian missiles on the territory of a NATO country. Because those Russian military people who send drones, missiles, or aircraft to your countries, they know well that they break the laws. They know well that they violate the borders. And they also know well that you do not react. So let me tell you more about this quite dangerous precedents and what they can mean for the future of the world from an ordinary Ukrainian perspective. But you can trust me, we've got some extremely valuable and unfortunately still rare for the world experience. My name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine. I'm in Ukraine. I love my country. And if you want to see Russia defeated and to support Ukraine, subscribe and join a beautiful community of our channel. And today we celebrate actually 150,000 friends on the channel. Thank you. I love you. So let's speak about serious things, and I do think it is very serious, and I intend to be brutally honest with you, so please don't get offended. Of course, it is total BS when a foreign alien flying object crosses the border of your country and you do not react. Believe me, all the Russian military who send drones, who send missiles, who send aircraft, and know that these flying objects violated the border of a NATO country or actually any other country, they know that according to international rules, you have all the rights to stop this object, to save life of your own people, to protect your houses, to protect your forests, whatever. But this is your right to stop a Russian missile, a Russian drone, a Russian aircraft if it is illegally in your airspace. They know it. So they also know it that you don't do it. Tonight, 3 Russian drones crossed the border of Romania and air raid alert systems were working. It's all over Romanian news, but no, you do not see any serious reaction, and I'm not even sure that these drones were downed. Maybe they simply collapsed somewhere in the forests. Tonight, 2 Russian bombers together with 2 Chinese bombers were flying too close to Alaska, and as the US and Canadian sources described, they were detected, they were tracked, and they were intercepted, and nothing happened. Oh no, something really big happened. They pretty well knew where they are flying and why they were flying there. And yes, this was an escalation. It was not the escalation of Canadian or American air forces who patrolled their own territories in the skies. This was an escalation from the side of authoritarian regimes. And you know, preparing for this video, I have decided to look through these recent events during which Russian objects, Russian army actually violated the borders of the NATO countries, and it is worse than I thought. For example, my favorite, the one that was very painful for me personally, is when a Russian missile crossed the border of Poland. They were shelling us like crazy, the western part of Ukraine where I live, and a Russian missile crossed the border of Poland. Poland is a NATO country, and according to news sources, it spent 39 seconds in the skies of Poland. 39 seconds, that's a lot. You can actually count to 39 and you'll see how much time that is. So this is enough time to detect and to shoot down this missile. It cannot be a provocation, it cannot be an escalation, because Russians, they do know that if, for example, Polish missile would cross the border, do you think they would simply observe it? No, of course not. And it's quite legal. And how can it actually lead to an escalation when in your own skies you shoot down a missile from another country? In your own, and even the debris falls on your own country. So how can it be treated as an escalation at all? It can be in this situation, it should be Russia that is afraid. Russia should be afraid that, oh my God, we accidentally, of course not, crossed the border of Poland. 39 seconds, you had 39 seconds to shoot down the missile, and you did. In Ukraine, we had lots of very bad memes that I'm not going to quote here. In Romania, it's not the first time that various flying objects, military flying objects that Russia targets on Ukraine cross their border. Guys, you have all the rights to shoot them down. It's not the attack on Russia if you are that much afraid of Russia. Drones are not Russian embassies. Russian missiles are not Russian embassies, not Russian people. These are weapons that they have directed the way that they reached your territory, intentionally or non-intentionally, but you have all the rights. Also, I have put down this list that in Poland, it happened in March. In June, Russian military aircraft crossed the borders too close to Finland, and they were in the space. At first it was reported that just one aircraft, and later four military aircraft in June, and Finland, congratulations, is already a NATO country. The same happened in Sweden, near the island of Gotland, with Russian Su-24, if I'm not mistaken, this June. Constant problems in the Baltic Sea. And I'm not even mentioning how Russia tries to interfere in GPS systems or cause other problems politically, economically for your countries. These are direct military offenses. Because once again, they are not totally crazy in Russia. They do understand they cross your borders. I am confident they do it intentionally to check and to demonstrate the weakness of the West that they always report to their population, the weakness of NATO and so on. I know we are stronger, we are smarter, but at the same time, it's just like with hordes. Very often they can get a lot by their violence, by their total disrespect, and this is bad. If you have a look at how many times Russia violated the NATO borders and did not get an answer, Russia is not afraid. I am afraid. I am afraid that one bad day, Russia can attack a small NATO country, let's say. And I'm very much afraid that many leaders will join together, will talk for 2 days and come up with a decision. Let's not escalate. Let's try and leave it as a local conflict of that country. Let's not activate Article 5 because we do not want a nuclear war. Russia wants it. Russia does it. Russia escalates. Russia leads, and that's bad. And that's very, very bad because it unites with other authoritarian regimes like China, like Iran, and if they don't get a response, they continue doing that. Guys, a victim can never escalate. It is an aggressor that constantly escalates. and aggressors understand only a language of force. I am not a fan, just the country of the Turkish President Erdogan. But when in 2016, Russian jet crossed the border of Turkey, somewhere really far away between Turkey and Syria, they shot that jet down. Turkey downed Russian jet. They were not afraid of escalation. They are a NATO country. And nothing happened. Russia was angry. Turkey said, "We are sorry, but you have violated our territory. You have violated our border." Russians traditionally claim, no, it didn't happen. But once again, they know when they cross the borders. So every time they send a drone to your country, every time a missile crosses the border of your country, every time a jet crosses the border of your country, they know it and they like it that there is no reaction when you actually have all the right to shoot down these evil things. Trust me, I'm Ukrainian. Share the videos on social platforms because that's important. As a Ukrainian, back in 2013, back in 2021, I did not believe Russia is that irrational and that crazy. I was looking for some logical explanations, but now, after 2.5 years of the full-scale invasion, trust me, Russia can do anything, and Russia only understands the language of force. That's why we have to be united, but we also have to be decisive and strong, just like Ukraine. Join me on Instagram, X, Threads, and Discords. The links are in the description of this video. We have a beautiful new merch drop in our shop. The link is also in that description. I want to thank you once again for being members of the channel, for being part of this community. We are not just like viewers, talkers. We are friends, we are family, and I feel it every day, and I'm very grateful. By the way, if you don't mind, let me know in the comments below how long you are with me on the channel. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. But most importantly, thank you for standing with Ukraine. Thank you for standing for freedom, fighting for freedom and democracy. Sometimes, yeah, we do need to fight for freedom and democracy, but it is definitely worth it. Very grateful to have you in my life. Yay, 150,000 friends of Ukraine and of mine. Thank you. Дякую. Слава Україні!